This is on my phone because I have no idea where my camera is, what day it is, what time it is, or if sleep is even a thing anymore.
So yeah, who knew? Babies are little vampires that feed on sleep, but what they take away in sleep, they definitely give back in bringing people together.
Showing off for a double chin, is there?
Look at that double chin. Proud of that one.
Nose is the best
Yeah,
bit.
that's right.
I said, yes, that's my small nose.
So for every hour of sleep we missed, we got to see an extra family member, it seemed, and even had little help via the internet.
Ding dang dong, ding dang dong, ding dang dong, ding dang dong.
You know what you look like most of the time?
How are you beautiful?
Other than when the camera's on, and clearly you know it's on because you're trying to look cute.
Because I know I'm
You
beautiful.
look like RoboCop when he's having a bad dream.
Pourquoi? I do not know who this robo is.
Also, this is the most time your eyes have spent straight.
That is because I'm skilled with my eyes.
Yeah. We're talking about you.
Just keep talking, Papa. I will slap you.
What day are we on? So we've managed to hit a couple of gym sessions. We've also managed to not hit many pillows, although we've had 2 good nights of sleep now.
Yes.
I went back to gym yesterday, started. Gym reboot has started. 3-week cycle of different training styles, which I'll break down for you. And I feel like I'm in hit by a train. Big train. How big was the poo?
Everywhere.
There's shit everywhere! Damn it! There's shit on the windows!
Why do you refuse to be on a comfy pillow? Promise it always be a human arm. How do you know? You were asleep when I put you down. How do you know? Just a moment for everybody to appreciate my new boots. These are Georgia boots all the way from America. And they are the bee's knees. Where did that come from, the bee's knees? Who decided bee's knees were good? Do bees even have knees? So, wow, it is. Hey, just dropped my cap under the car. Let's try that again. So we are in Wales at a wellness centre for the little one who's had a tongue tie because we've had to go private. Lovely. She's well aware something's going down.
So this was distressing, so let me fix this. Much better. So what we're looking at here is the skin under the tongue. This was the frenulum, and this was too tight and needed cutting.
She can't really move her tongue at all, yeah? So it just stays right in the front.
You can't go around your
Can't
finger.
round, no, not going round at all. It just curls down, doesn't it? A couple of risks for this. There's a risk of 1 in 1,000 of excessive bleeding. I've got a little pad there that I'll put on and 98% will stop the bleeding. Still bleeds after that, we have to get an ambulance.
Oh my god. That's literally what you're using.
Yes, they simply use a pair of squared off scissors to do this, and it seemed brutal, but this was essential for her to be able to feed properly because she was really struggling.
Your arms now.
So I had to hold the little one down, and this does seem brutal, but literally it's as quick as this. She holds the tongue and then done. It was all over in a moment, and if you hear, the crying didn't change. She felt nothing. And then we returned her to her favourite thing.
Did I swallow?
Yeah.
That's good.
So an ever so slightly madder's baby, we've now come to this lovely little coffee shop where everyone are. We're in a place called Mould, which isn't the best name for a place. Mayor of the city. I want to rethink it, but little lady whose boobs should now hurt less.
I love how we're just okay about talking about my parts.
What do you say, Penelope?
I am with the father. He is all powerful, and I agree with him.
That's it, so we're going to enjoy this and then we'll head back home.
And just maybe look at the shop, in the shop.
Oh, there's charity stores here. Oh, yes! Thank you, fellas. Thank you. This is The Gathering. Highly recommended. Very good coffees, brilliant food. Thank you, sir.
Hey.
Do you want me to get a better shot of you walking off rather than into a door frame?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, I'll go low. Cinematic. Go!
I'm not pushing our child into
Go!
traffic.
She's a danger child. Go! Stuff. This is what people offer me in shops now. I'm going full dad mode. That looks like it's from like the 1980s.
I think you should try it on. I think you should model it. No, it should.
Oh, I'm going to take out the store.
Oh, you gotta adjust the strap.
How many people does it take? Yes.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, I'm in.
Oh, it's in.
Oh yeah, where's the mirror?
You're a bit wide.
I look like, it's like something from The Hobbits. When you see those elephants, people riding them on the top. I think this is a man point gainer.
It's a man thing.
I think it's man points. I'm going to claim I made it.
Okay.
So if anyone asks, I made this in my shed. To the till. Yes. How does it feel to be walking next to the coolest hiker in the land?
I'm pretty privileged, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say so. Have you seen a cooler couple? Anybody want some of Uncle Joe's balls? Or maybe some winter nips? So we are at Mitchell's all-new facility where you can come and for a nominal fee of just £50 a month you can learn to be a Jedi Master. I thought you were going to throw it there.
So you just choose your character like this, like, wait, I'm well out of breath or not.
So you think you're a ninja, but do you know what that is? That's cheer band practice.
Man, are you kidding me?
It was at this point he realised I was right.
Get out.
Now, if you're used to watching our normal videos, you'll have seen that Mitch's Jedi sword is actually the mop handle, aka
Budget mobility stuff?
the budget mobility staff from our worst pain videos, has now become Mitch's Jedi staff.
No. Serious video. Lex chasing ass in the gym.
See, and this is why I have an ADHD alarm going off.
So let's get to this week's loaded workout. Now, as you remember, I said I'm doing a tri-phase system. So this is going to be the heavier week. Starting with the warm-ups here, Poliquin press. Really nice, helps open up the shoulders and the chest, and a great one if you've never used it for an actual exercise. Follow this up with alternating press, focusing on continuing the drive with the arm that stays at the top. This is going to develop a really good habit of maintaining that connection to the chest and great warm-ups. Now, the loaded week is a heavier week, so I do 3. I do a volume, a heavy, and a contraction. This one is nothing special, and it's only heavy in comparison to what I'm capable of at the moment on this comeback. So, things to look at here on the press. The inner head of the dumbbell. I like to keep this slightly tilted inwards, so you'll notice the outer head never dips down. If you're letting it dip down, you're taking the load off the chest and out towards the shoulder and the elbow. That's exactly what we don't want. So just try dropping it in just a centimetre. It doesn't have to be massive, but just enough to keep that load on. So as I said, this is a heavier week, so we incremented up, but there's another thing you need to focus on. Feet, glutes, lats and shoulders. This rear chain needs to be dialed in on all your sets. We're going to drive through the feet, we're going to squeeze the glutes, we're going to engage the lats, and we're going to make sure that our shoulders are back and retracted and stable. We're not letting them come forward, not letting them pronate. So this is really important. Also, you need to base your feet out and make sure you're driving through those feet. That's going to be really important, especially when you get to these heavier lifts. You're going to need to keep it on a level. Talking about a level, let me just sort this out. You can see here that my elbows, left one is slightly higher than the right. You'll see me adjust again, control the negative. Again, still left slightly higher than the right. This is on my heaviest set. So you'll see me here. I'll adjust my feet after this next rep. I'm controlling it here. I'm focusing on locking the shoulders in, hence I come less deep. But again, still feels off. I readjust my feet, make sure my balance is on, my glutes are tight, my lats dialed in, and the final rep comes in nice and pretty much even. But That's how it needs to be on every single set. But this is what you need to be doing between every set, judging and making sure that your form is on. Now, bench press. I have not bench pressed in over 3 years, and this is a goal of mine to get back into it. So although this is a heavy week, because I have that left shoulder injury, heavy is only heavy as you can go with safe form and not injuring yourself. So for me, you'll see how destabilized I am even on this light load here. Well, light is, it's only 80 kilos on the bar, but you can see I'm keeping it rhythmic, I'm keeping it engaged, and I'm not powering through or exploding. The reason I'm doing this is to make sure that my shoulder is staying in the plain range of motion that it should be, and that I'm not compensating. You can see here, that lat twitching, that means my rear chain is not engaged fully, it's not switched on, so there needs to be something fixed here, and Mitch is about to show me.
The goal is to get on your neck, slide down, yeah, then plant your feet. You're creating tension, so when you bend wood, plywood, the tension's there, yeah? So your feet in, watch, and you push back into your feet, so you're on your neck, squeeze your glutes, yeah? And now look, I'm tucking my shoulders in, up out, yeah? Then you lower down, now I'm on my neck, then you're in, press. You go here, look, watch. That is safer on your shoulder than being here. Yeah.
So all of this I knew, apart from keeping the hips raised whilst taking the bar off, and this was the big difference maker. What this allows you to do is keep your shoulders down and back and your back engaged. Then when you drop the hips down, for some reason it just stops that disengagement, and it really did help. So you can see here, look, the lat is completely switched on the whole way, no twitching, no turning off, and the bar moved smoothly. Then there was a variation for back dumbbell, almost a seal row here, but what I'm focusing on is going up and back. So you can see there's a kind of arc motion to this. We're going up and back, keeping the elbows nice and close, chest up nice and high, but that's on the contraction. On the negative, I was actually deliberately rounding the shoulders off to stretch out that scapula and make that shoulder joint work properly, help strengthen it. So you can see here how I'm letting it deliberately sink forward. I am then retracting my scapula and pulling through with my chest coming high. Again, incrementing up and getting as heavy as we can. Next up for back was the bent over rows, and this was done on the bench press. So we're utilizing equipment here like old school days where you kind of have to utilize watts to hand, and it was really cool because it makes you work through different avenues. Like you have to stand a little bit different, everything's a little bit more awkward to put back, you got to pay a little bit more attention. But on this, the focus of the rows for me is a little bit of explosion because it is a bigger movement, but it is a bit more of an explosive natural movement. But what I'm looking to do here is keep my abs tight and making sure that I'm not getting too much bounce in my legs, and that I am exploding up from the elbows, pulling through nice and narrow and squeezing at the top, trying as best I can to keep a neutral head. Here I use the bench as a little bit of a spotter, get an extra couple of reps in there because I'm able to touch it down a little bit like you would do with a rack pull. But overall, really quite happy with how these are moving. Now, as I said, this is a heavy week, but only heavy for your capability. I expect these weights to seriously improve over the next couple of months, but I don't expect Mitch to ever put a top on. So on to biceps. Now, if you remember, I tore my right bicep, and this is me moving from 20 kilos on the first 2 sets up to shaboom, 25 kilograms, my sexy face on my previously torn right bicep. That just goes to show testament to how strict training can bring something back to not just 100%, but even better. So on these heavy curls, I am breathing into the diaphragm. I'm making sure that my core is staying tight so that my hips can't swing. I am not utilizing any body motion to get those weights up, and I am making sure that that is done rep for rep. I did normal curls into hammer curls, 5 sets on both, loved it. What we can see is after 2 weeks, we've definitely got more of the ab definition coming back. If I pull down here a little bit on the skin, you can see fullness in that upper chest. Starting to get that V taper back and that glycogen retention. We're 2 weeks into this rebuild, and I think you can agree, we're definitely seeing some changes. This camera is not really going to give you a true perspective, because if I spin it, you see it kind of warps me a little bit, but let me try. So this is just to give you an idea. The lighting here is a little bit sketchy, but it has been fixed, so we will get truer video as these weeks commence. But as you can see, things are starting to pop again, and we are on the road. So there we go, 2 weeks of commitment. The body will adapt and the body will recover, given the chance. Yeah, just if you just stay there, don't look there, no, up, there, yeah, there you go. Rebuild Lex, Zeus. Rebuild, Zeus. Plus, having people getting on your side and getting you in the gym, getting you motivated is a huge thing. So If you can, don't do this alone. Get people behind you and drop any bitch that starts giving you a little bit of, why do you have to go to the gym so much? Oh, it doesn't really matter. Why are you so vain? Fuck those people, cut them out, get the people behind you, like, get your ass to the gym, let's go, bro. Let's go do these events, let's go do these challenges. That's what you need. We need accountability and we need commitment within a community. Surround yourself with people that stoke your flames and don't piss on your fire.
JAC.
Who says that you could never pull at the gym?
The only thing you pull is your bicep.
That was so quick. That was so quick.